So this is module 5 of the Serverless Application Model series, and there you'll be learning how to deploy canaries, canary deployment, and which reduce the risk of deployment. You easily roll out traffic to different versions of your workflows of your deployment, monitor and see the effect that each of the changes have. We use SAM CLI to implement canary deployments, and you see the reflections on your CloudFormation stack. Let's dive in. So in this module, we're doing canary deployment, and we need to understand what that is. Firstly, what is canary deployment? So it is actually a smart way to release updates without risking everything at once. So instead of sending a new version to all users right away, you roll it out to a small group, you see how it performs, and then you expand to everyone depending on how things look. And there are different ways of setting it up. There are different ways you can do that, and we'll also see some strategies. So we also have Lambda versions and aliases, which are a necessary concept to understand when working with, especially in the serverless model of deployment. So you can publish different versions of your function, each with its own code and maybe settings, dependencies, and then you use an alias to actually know which of the Lambda functions or Lambda versions you are working with. So traffic shifting with Lambda aliases, you can split traffic between two different function versions and see how both of them handle it. Then you can also monitor CloudWatch metrics to see, just make sure everything is going on fine. So there's also traffic shifting with SAM and code deploy. And then, although we're not using code deploy, if you are working with code deploy, you can also actually do this or implement this concept also. But CloudFormation can trigger code deploy, and then you monitor with CloudWatch alarms. Then from code deploy, you would push to your aliases. So it's still the same concept. So firstly, we'll update the SAM template. We need to set that one up. I think we've not touched that one since the beginning. So I'm going to come to the template.yam file. Open on the right one here, YT. So here there's a modification that needs to be done for it to set up canary. So firstly, I'll come to the deployment preference runtime, to the hello world function. So this is the hello world function. So the runtime right now, the runtime is Python 3.13. The world is here is Python 3.7. So I'm going to add some lines. Auto publish alias will be live. Let me see if I got that correctly. Okay, small letter L. Live. Deployments preference. Set of the type. Canary 10%, 5 minutes. Let me see if I got that correct. Canary 10%, 5 minutes, and the rest is the same architecture. So now the Lambda function will actually be using an alias when there is an update. So I'm going to save this, and let me see. Okay, so here there are the different deployment preference types, And as I said, I'm using the Canary 10% 5-minute strategy, which basically means that traffic is shifted in 2 increments. In the first increment, only 10% of the traffic is shifted to the new Lambda version, so you have your 2 versions, but only 10% of the traffic is shifted. But after 5 minutes, the remaining 90% is now shifted all at once. So, well, instead of 5 minutes, okay, I'll leave it as 5 minutes because it actually takes some time to do the deployment and reflect. So I'll leave that. So the linear strategy means that traffic is missed. So I'm not doing the linear strategy right now. It will take a long time for the whole traffic to be shifted to the other function. So I'm going to use the same strategy. Then you can validate your template with SAM validate length. I think I've saved this. So let me run SAM validate length and just make sure that it's correct and there are no errors. Yeah, so that's correct. It's a valid SAM template. So you can go through this. It's just a way of verifying that your code, or should I say your template, follows the specification and rules. So now I can now push my code, normal git add, git commit. So it's now I'm adding, let me just say Canary Deployments, enter, then git push, enter. So yeah, everything is up to date. Okay, well, I don't think I saved it. Auto publish. Let me save this. Let me see git status. Okay, it's up to date. So let me see, then that should reflect here. Let me go back. I should say new pipeline. Oh, then it means I'm on the wrong YT SAM app. Okay, I know what's wrong. I'm on the wrong place actually. So I'm just going to copy this because I know that there was an issue. Deployment preference. So I need this. So I'm going to paste it. I'm not taking architecture. I'm just taking these 3 lines and I'm going to paste it after Python 3.3. So I'm not supposed to be here actually, on a different template. Yeah, so this is where I'm supposed to be. YT SAM app template or YAM. Yes, this is where I'm supposed to be. So after here, I'm supposed to paste this here. Runtime. Okay. Make sure I have that correct. So auto publish alias live, deployments preference. I think I still have an issue here. Okay, I think I'm just going to type this because of the indentation. I'm having indentation errors there. So auto publish alias live deployment preference type Canary 10%, 5 minutes. Okay, now so let me clear this up. I'm still getting something there. Okay, let me verify that this works. The linked. Let me first check status. So there's a change, and I want to validate. Okay, so it's valid. So I can commit git add, git commit, Canary Deployments, git push. So that will trigger a new deployment pipeline. So okay, let me refresh this. I should see my new pipeline. Yeah, so now I have my Canary deployment pipeline up and running. Yeah, so that's running, and then I need to okay, I've done this. I've done this with the 5 Canary 10% 5 minute strategy. That's gone. So now I want to watch the Canary, and then I want to export my I actually need to copy this out. Okay, so I'm going to go to so I want to grab these two dev endpoints, and then I'll paste this here. And do the same for prod endpoint. So I can just change that here. SAM app. So basically, what does this do? It gets the URL of your endpoint. So you can run call on it. Uses the cloud formation described stacks. So now I've set both of those, and then I want to recursively ping them. So this is the original bash command, but that doesn't work. I need to use the PowerShell equivalent. So I need to copy this. And this. So it saves every 1 second, it calls the endpoint, it extracts the message and it logs the output into a file. So that's what I want to do now. I'm actually invoking the dev endpoint. So now it keeps calling my name. Okay, this is still the same. So another thing I should have done was probably do a modification. So right now I'm going to modify both the test and the, instead of allowed image here, I'm going to add a dash, then canary deployment, and save this. So that's the test handler, and then the app.py UI file. Hope I'm in the right place. Okay, yes. Canary deployment. So I need to make sure that I have the same thing here, so I don't get any error. So that's done. Then I'm going to redeploy this. So this keeps calling. So let me cancel this first and then run. Let me first say status. Okay, yeah, so I've modified it, and then I'll add let me just start this, add, okay, commit Canary deployment to and push. So now I'm going to see it change from one to the other. So now that I've pushed it, okay, let me now run the monitoring. So now it will be monitoring that and saving it to a file, and then I can come here. Okay, no, I want to save this to see the new. Yes, so Canary deployment. So now I've made a change. I'm getting a different output. I want to actually see it change from one response to the other. So now, right now, it's still querying or it's still probing the URL endpoint of the API gateway. So this is going to take some time. Triggered via push 1 minute ago. So it's still going to take some time, do all the necessary building, packaging, deploying. So this is completed. So this is, I think it's taking less time now, 49 seconds. The last one I think was about almost 3 minutes. So I think this should complete fast. Artifact destination. So right now it's still, or maybe I should have waited a little while before I started running this. But I'm just going to leave it running. So it's still taking some time. Deploy testing, and then we'll still be getting the same. Okay, right now it's already shifting. So it's shifting between the two, Canary deployment. So you can see it shift between one and the other, and very soon we should have a total. Okay, so now it's okay, still shifting. 10% of the traffic is going to the new version. So we can see it shift from one to the other. So I think it's actually done practically. So after 5 minutes, the prod is complete. Update in progress. Let me see that. Okay, but it's only one endpoint I'm actually hitting right now. Let me see which it is. So it's the it's the dev endpoint, and then let me see. Okay, it's the dev endpoint that is actually even being updated. So that's been updated, but as you can see, we're getting responses from the other Lambda function, which is the alias. I mean, the other version. The alias is live. Yeah, that's the alias, live. So alias is basically just a name you give to a new version, so you can separate the two you're working on or working with. So I think still get. So as you can see, it's just 10%. So most of the traffic is still just going to the original Lambda function. So this is just two different separate ones. Canary Deployments. Okay. Trying to see when 5 minutes will be up. Okay, let me see how long this is. The total of this is almost a minute, so 4 minutes, almost 5 minutes right now. So right about now we should be having it go straight or go fully into the Canary deployment. Still taking some time. Okay, still 10%. So it's still not done yet. Let me check. Triggered via push 5 minutes ago, but it's still doing some testing and all of that. Deploy production. Which am I testing again? Confirm again. Yeah, it's dev. So deploy testing. Use and deploy feature. So it's still going. Still waiting for it to read only to fully migrate. As I said earlier on, the strategy I picked was the strategy of 10% 5 minutes. So after 5 minutes, then the remaining 90% is shifted. So until the 5 minute elapses, we'll still be getting some traffic. 10% of the traffic to in particular going to the Canary. So I think that so it has fully migrated. So every 100% of the traffic would now be going to the updated Lambda function or the new version. That's more accurate. So I think I've successfully demonstrated Canary deployments and gradually deploying an update. So let me just do something. So let me cancel this, let me stop this. And so we'll see the traffic shifts. We can see which of them is it. I want to cut because cut just shows us where it's there. So since it's inside a file, so I'll do sort outputs.txt. Okay, unique. Okay, unique is not recognized. So that puts okay, so it's still yeah, I thought I had the other version. What is the PowerShell equivalent of this command? Okay, let me just see if this works. Okay, yeah, so it does. Update the I'm going to update the slide, so you have this. So we have 287 items, hello, Oladimiji David, and 53 Canary deployments. And but if this kept on going, you'll see that the Canary deployments would actually catch up and even overtake, because it will keep on running like that forever. So I've successfully demonstrated that, and there. So you can also monitor Canary deployment with CloudWatch alarms when you're keeping an eye during rollout. So if you have any errors or any issues, it will automatically fall back to the previous version. So you can define the CloudWatch alarm inside the template.yam file and add the block. So let's proceed. Let's go ahead and do this. So to monitor Canary health, so I have to modify and actually create a CloudWatch alarm that would do the monitoring and all of that. So I'll come down to the hello world function. So I need to go to my app.py. So I'm in my app.py, and then no, I'm actually supposed to be in template.yam. Am I in the right one? Yes, I am. So I'm going to add a new resource, and the resource is going to be the CloudWatch alarm. So yeah, I'm just going to copy this. Okay, I can't copy this from here. So come here. Yeah, I'm going to copy this and paste it. Yeah. So after the hello world function, hope I'm in the right here. So paste this one. So there's a new alarm. So it's going to monitor the alarm, and it's even going to monitor the live Canary deployment. So there's a threshold there, and it's going to monitor for errors. So I'm going to save this, and then enable this. So we're going to enable it for the production environment, and there are some conditions you can check to make sure it only works for the prod. So you might not want to use it for like development, because things can just be breaking and you're just testing different things. So we'll create this condition at the global section. So let me come here. I think I'll just use this one. I'm going to copy this. So globals. I'm still in the template.yam file. Globals. Okay, I think it's after the global section, not within the global section. I think I should verify that. Test template there. Yeah, do I have another template there? So I have this one. So okay, yes, so the condition is actually different from the globals. So let me bring this separately, and then I change the deployment preferences to use this is production condition. So deployment preference. So instead of Canary 10% 5 minutes, I'm going to be updating that. Yeah, so it's going to be checking for the alarm. I'm going to save this, and we'll still have our 10% 5 minutes. Canary 10% 5 minutes there. So once those that's done, then we can introduce an error. But we're not using code deploy. Well, with code deploy, you could actually get some other things there. But then I'm just going to copy this and paste it inside the hello world. So let me go to hello world. Up the pile. Hope I'm in the right one. Yes, I am. So under yeah, I'm just going to paste it, and I'm going to save this. But we also need to do a modification of the okay. We also need to do a modification of the unit handler. So I'm going to add this API gateway event marker. I'm going to add this assert true test lambda handler. Yes, so assert true, and I'll save that. Then okay, I'm supposed to say maybe we would break the lambda function on purpose. So yeah, so that's it. And I'm going to push now. Add. So it's Canary deployments, but breaking the lambda, and then okay, let me do a different another change, so we'll know which one is which. Breaking the lambda. So I'm just going to copy this, save this, and then come here. But I'm not sure this even matters because it's coming. Yeah, so yeah, I'm just going to push this. So I'm going to add it again. Commit breaking the lambda. Push. So this is going to trigger the pipeline again. And although it takes a while, but Okay, so this is seventh run, and then you should see it move to the next one. So monitor the coronary health. We've done those two changes, and now we've pushed. So I need to generate traffic on the production API gateway endpoint, and if we don't trigger traffic, the CloudWatch alarm will not be triggered. Since we've exported the product endpoint, you can watch it. So I'm going to use the watch command again, and let me see. So right now I'm not watching dev, but I'm watching prod, because it's the prod that is the condition for rollback. And then what else do I need to make sure? Watch n 0.5 call. Okay, so it's still going to be 0.5. And then I'm just going to use a different, let me say output, let me say prod output. Click enter. So now we have Canary Deployments going, and then okay, there was a field test. Let me see what that is. So it failed the test, and if the test is failed, it will cause a deployment rollback. So instead of it to update the project to the new code, so keep on using the older one, and you won't get any change in the response. So if we're using code deploy, we would have been able to see some of these things, but right now it's just on my local machine and the CLI. So that's it for Canary deployments, and we've actually gone through another module, and we've been able to finish Canary deployments, monitoring and rolling back and all of that.